Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Zurück in die Zukunft, das Spiel. Ja, wir sind abgesetzt worden vor dem, ja, McFly-Anwesen sozusagen. Ja, dann mach auf.
Wonder if Biff finished the wax job on my 4x4. Dad must have used that to haul away all those books from Doc's estate sale.
Aha. Okay, Insektenvernichter.
Bug zapper.
Ja. Okay, wir gehen erstmal an die Vordertür. Würde ich mal vorschlagen.
Hey, anyone home? There's something wrong with my key.
Please, not now. Tomorrow. Give me another day.
It's Marty, Dad. Open up.
Marty? No, that's impossible. Marty was run out of town.
I've got a bad feeling about this. You just saw me last night, Dad. Don't you remember? Doc's estate sale, the DeLorean.
This is a trick. Go away.
Leave us alone! Haven't we suffered enough?
Mom. Get Dave and Linda.
They left town years ago, which you would know if you really were Marty.
How can I convince you?
Tell me something only Marty would know.
Okay.
When I was 8 years old, I set fire to the living room rug.
That's right.
Oh my lord! What are you waiting for, George? Let him in!
Stupid locks. Marty!
Oh, God
Oh my
damn
God,
it.
Dad! What happened to you?
What do you think happened, butthead?
Biff.
Oh,
I
scheiße.
thought we told you to stay out of town, shrimp.
Biff. Whatever's going on, I'm sure we can handle it. Reasonably. Who were they?
Yeah, like you don't know Cliff and Riff.
Oh.
What do you think we should do with him, baby bro? What we should have done years ago, big bro.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this, McFly.
Wait, I'm trying to process here. What the hell did you do to my dad?
Your dad's been in that wheelchair since before you were born, butthead.
And you better hope he has a spare, cause you're gonna need one in like 3 seconds. Ugh.
I got a question.
Ha ha ha!
When did I get run out of town?
2 years ago. Don't you remember? We made a deal that we'd go easier on your old man if you left.
But now you're back, so the kid gloves can come off.
Spring.
Hey!
And another thing.
Ha ha
What are
ha!
you guys doing here anyway?
It's that time of the month. Time for Georgie to pay up.
Well, we usually
What?
take the payment in cash.
Was
But
ist hier
this month,
los?
we can take it out of your hide.
Biff!
Okay.
So now the Tannins are some kind of minor league mafia?
Hey, watch who you're calling minor league.
The Tannen Gang's the 5th most dangerous crime family in California. We got connections all over the place.
No way.
You
Irgendwas,
don't believe
irgendwas
me?
ist da.
Biff, no!
Bang!
Wasserpistole. Ah, doch nicht.
Check it out.
To your family from mine, in gratitude for your continued service, J.J. Valenti.
That's Don Valenti, godfather of the Sacramento mob.
Ach du
The
Scheiße.
third most dangerous crime family in California.
Du-
Okay, but where do these other Tannins come from?
From a mommy Tannen and a daddy Tannen.
It's called the birds and the bugs, butthead.
Tell me,
Jetzt steht da schon wieder das Ding.
what about my mom? I mean, how did she end up with my dad?
Beats us. Guess she has a thing for losers. She could have had any one of us, but she went for old Gimpy McFly.
Okay.
Here's what I still don't understand. How long have you been coming down on my dad like this?
Ever since that school dance, when Georgie laid Biff out in the parking
Interessant,
lot.
dass die auf das Interview so total
Shut up, it's
eingehen.
not funny.
Someone messes with the Tannen family never lets him forget about it.
Here's what I still don't understand. Why can't you pick on somebody else?
We do. We pick on lots of guys.
It's kind of our thing.
And another thing. Look, can't we bury the hatchet already?
Even better idea. I bury this 9-iron up your backside.
Alter, what the fuck?
Ooh,
And another thing. Why are you guys so pissed at me?
you don't remember? You've really lost it, McFly.
Think back. The thing with the manure truck?
Which one?
Oh Gott. Irgendwas ist... Ah!
Biff, what happened to you? When I left here, you were kind of afraid of my dad.
Afraid?
No Tannen ain't never been afraid of no McFly.
Jetzt kannst du mich. Oh, ihr seid so Idioten. Boah, die Knarre nehme ich mir jetzt.
Piece of cake.
I never should have let that floozy talk me out of rubbing out your grandfather.
Das ist der alte Kid Tannen.
Kid?
No one in Hill Valley messes with the Tannen family.
Nice.
Marty, get in! This timeline's been compromised.
No
Wirklich.
kidding.
God damn it.
Somehow, something we did in 1931 allowed Kid Tannen to escape his date with justice. As a consequence, the Tannens have been unchecked in Hill Valley for over 50 years.
Ach du Scheiße.
Ah, jeez, they robbed the arcade?
We've got to go back to the day Kid Tannen was supposed to be arrested. Figure out what went wrong and fix it. Otherwise, you could be forever stuck in a town owned by the Tannens.
Ach du
Not an option,
Scheiße.
Doc. Punch it.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
Okay, Doc. Let's run through this again.
Sometime tonight, Kid Tannen is supposed to be betrayed by his mole, the singer named Trixie Trotter.
That
Okay.
hot babe I saw coming out of the speakeasy.
Exactly. When she does, history says Tannen will be arrested by a rookie cop by the name of Danny Parker.
Parker. Hey, do you think he's related to Jennifer Parker, my girlfriend?
Could be.
Heavy.
Uh-oh.
In any event, somehow we've changed history so that neither of these events happens, condemning your family to generations of abuse at the hands of the Tannen crime family. We need to go back into Tannen's speakeasy, find out what's gone wrong, and get Kid Tannen arrested.
No problem, Doc. Let
Also
me just put on
langsam
my
blicke
hat
ich dann
and I'm
nicht mehr
good to
durch,
go.
aber wir kriegen das schon irgendwie...
Is the mustache really necessary?
What
It's
the
essential.
fuck?
Can't let Kid know that you're the same troublemaker that foiled his attempt to kill me.
Are you sure you can't come in with me?
It's far too dangerous. You may be easy to disguise with your nondescript features, but ever since my daring escape from the police and the mob, my distinctive face has been plastered over every paper from here to Reno.
Nondescript.
I'll find a safe place to hunker down. That flop house ought to fit the bill. You can find me there if you need me.
Also, im Kino läuft Frankenstein. Das ist doch schon mal gut zu wissen. So, was geht hier? Wahrscheinlich nichts.
It's closed for the night.
Aber Siggi, ist es das. So, hier kann ich ein bisschen laufen. Was? Okay, hier kann ich nicht weiter. So, dann lass uns doch mal schauen. Kann ich Richtung Kino? Ja, ich kann Richtung Kino.
Cool. Frankenstein.
Ja. This is nice. The Man Who Made a Monster. Hill Valley Expo. 12. bis 15. Oktober. Eastern Auto. Scheiße. Erstmal alles mal wahrnehmen.
Hill Valley Expo, October 12th through the 15th. Doc says the expo was the day he officially became a scientist. Seems like he's
Okay.
running a couple months ahead of schedule.
Huh.
Majestic arms. Transients welcome. Well, they don't get more transient than me and Doc. This is where Doc said he'll be after he gets through stashing the DeLorean.
Ja, okay, gut. Hier wird er sein.
O'Malley and Sons.
Ja, der Friseur wird zu haben.
No time for a haircut now, even if they were open. Besides, they'd probably cut it too short.
Gut.
Lamont's House of Ermine. Sleep tight, little Ermines.
Hm. Okay, ein bisschen was hat sich geändert in den letzten Monaten. Oh!
Pardon me, sir. From the way you're dressed and your general aura of seediness, I can infer only one thing. You're heading for Tannen's Speakeasy. Am I right?
Yeah. Can't you tell me the way?
Down. Straight down. The last stop before the Inferno. Unfortunately, I don't have the power to stop you, but I beg you to tarry here a few more seconds and listen to my song.
Was?
Me, 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 me. You say you've lost your self-respect, but you should care. What in heaven's name?
Oh, sorry, Miss Strickland. Just a little experimental prototype gone momentarily awry.
Mr. Brown, why is there a dog in that vehicle?
Why? Well, to advance the human condition, of course. Hello, Mike.
Mike? Mr. Corleone, what are you doing in that getup?
I'm going undercover.
How exciting! You'll have to give me an exclusive sometime. Right now, I've got some souls to save.
And you'll have to get an eyeful of my newest experiment.
You're not angry about the rocket drill?
Water over the bridge. I've moved on to bigger and better things. Come by the gazebo when you get a chance. I'll be setting up. You won't believe what eine and I have been up to.
Famous last words. All right. Now where's that speakeasy?
Natürlich in der Suppenküche, denke ich.
Donate to the Clock Tower Fund. What's wrong with the clock tower? It's not broken, is it?
Not in the slightest.
Whew.
It's just painfully drab. I'm raising funds to commission a sculptor to place a couple of handsome ornamental statues on either side of the clock face. Something to inspire the citizens to do their civic duty.
Something like lions?
Or gargoyles. You can't beat a good gargoyle.
What's all this?
These are my pamphlets, laying out in scientific detail the horrors visited upon those who succumb to the temptations of alcohol.
Lost Fortnight.
I am particularly fond of that one. It tells the true-life tale of Johnny, who woke up in a pile of his own sick, completely unable to remember the previous 2 weeks of his life.
Heavy.
Actually, the pamphlets are quite light. See?
Hey, Edna.
Mr. Corleone, what can I do for
Mal
you?
schauen.
What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
Saving people from alcohol, vice, and disorder.
Ja, ja.
And also keeping a lookout for hot stories. You'd be surprised how much news breaks on this corner.
Broken any stories tonight?
Only the usual. Mayor Thomas trying to slink out of the speakeasy. Frankie Needles crashing his car into a fire hydrant. Nothing that'll get me the front page.
Hey, I got a hot lead for you.
Oh,
Okay.
What is it?
Kid Tannen arrested.
Oh, glorious day! When did it happen?
Well, it hasn't happened yet, but it's gonna.
Keep me posted.
What was that song you were singing earlier?
Do you like it? I wrote it myself.
Oh,
it really
good.
gets the toes tapping at the Stay Sober Society meetings. Although I suppose that could be the Shakes. Would you like to hear it again?
Nein.
Maybe later.
I'll be here all night.
What's going on with you and Emmett? The last time I saw you, you seemed to be kinda interested in him.
That was before I belatedly realized that his agreement to host my Stay Sober Society was a clever ruse to ferry barrels of hooch to his so-called laboratory.
Sorry about that.
Now his very presence fills me with an irrepressible urge to pick at his philosophical and intellectual foundations with every tool in my vocabulary.
So you're not dating?
Dating? Oh, the mere thought of romantic involvement with that undisciplined techno-anarchist is preposterous.
Good.
Okay, erzähl mir
Kid
von
Tannen
Tannen.
been up to for the last 2 months?
Didn't you hear? It was in all the papers.
I've been, traveling.
Well, the feds were all set to arrest Tannen on tax evasion charges. Seems they'd gotten Tannen's books from his accountant.
I heard something about that, yeah.
Well, the accountant disappeared, unsurprisingly, but the feds still thought they had a case. After all, they still had the books, right?
Right.
Wrong. The day before the trial, the books up and vanished right out of the court's evidence locker.
No.
Lots of fingers were pointed, but honestly, the whole town's so corrupt that it could have been anyone. Court clerks, cops, janitors.
Okay.
Do you know anything about Officer Danny Parker?
Parker? Just another soul lost to the twin vices of booze and despair. I've asked him to tell me his story for my column. Sort of a cautionary tale, but he's never in the mood to talk to me.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about Trixie Trotter, would you?
Kid Tannen's latest conquest? Well, she claims to be a lounge singer from Seattle, but my sources in Washington have never heard of her. I mean, honestly, Trixie Trotter, what kind of name is that?
Ein Künstlername?
Whatever happened with that speakeasy arsonist?
I was about to ask you the same question.
Me?
Don't play coy with me. I may not have any journalistically acceptable proof, but I know you had a hand in Carl Sagan's daring escape from the authorities.
Didn't you think that Sagan was innocent?
I used to, but after he escaped, 2 more speakeasies were torched in Colfax and Georgetown.
That's just a coincidence.
Coincidence? Or is our friend Carl a serial arsonist?
Tja.
I'm pretty sure that Carl Sagan didn't start those fires.
We'll see. One of the reasons I'm camped out so close to Tannen's new speakeasy is it gives me the chance to catch the arsonist in the act. It
Das
makes a
wär
great
schön.
story for my column.
What have you got against dogs, anyway?
They're smelly, rude, completely unable to take care of themselves, and frankly, they're not very bright. If I had my druthers, dogs would be banned from public places.
Harsh.
It's a harsh world, Mr. Corleone.
Oh, mein Gott.
See ya.
Ja,
Fighting the good fight.
und tschüss. So, dann lasst uns doch mal schauen, was denn der gute Doc Brown...
Mike, you're just in time.
Have you been, Emmett? I know I haven't seen you in a couple of months.
I'm great, and I owe it all to you.
Really?
Yes, that argument I had with my father during our jet drill experiment gave me the incentive to finally quit that dreary court job. I've committed myself full-time to a life of science.
So, thanks for watching Einstein while I've been... away.
It's been a pleasure. He's proven to be a surprisingly willing test subject. It's almost as if he's been working with me for years.
More like decades. What's the story with the little car and all this equipment?
Einstein and I are conducting a few experiments with this 1/4 scale model to work out a few hitches in my planned demonstration at the Hill Valley Expo in a couple of months.
A radio-controlled car?
No. Well, yes, but it'll be so much more than that. It will amaze the world. Aha! Got it!
Got what?
I'll show you.
Okay, ich bin
Ready
gespannt.
to go, Einstein? Watch this. When this baby hits 23 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious cow flop.
Oh mein Gott.
Einstein!
No!
Get him out of there!
Not to worry. I've got a fail-safe eject mechanism around here someplace. See? Nothing to worry about.
Nothing.
Uh-oh.
I'll go see if I can find something to help. Or someone. Don't worry, Emmett. I'm sure you'll get it right someday.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. Right now, I'm more concerned with Einstein.
Can't you just go into the courthouse to get Einstein?
If I still had my job as a clerk, sure, but lately a lot of evidence has gone missing, so they've installed new locks. Now the place is sealed up tighter than my dad's wallet.
What went wrong with your rocket car?
I'm not entirely sure. As soon as we get Einstein down, I'm gonna go look for it.
Why don't you go look for your car now?
And leave Eine stuck on a ledge? Never! Dogs are much more important than any silly rocket car. Especially one that doesn't work at all.
What's up with you and Edna? A couple months ago, I could swear she was making goo-goo eyes at you.
That was before my father had her Stay Sober Society meeting thrown out of our house. Now she takes every opportunity she can get to snipe at me and my work. It's very distracting.
Do you know anything about Officer Danny Parker?
My pop says he's a good cop when he's not drinking.
Good.
Of course, now I hear he drinks all the time.
Oh.
You know anything about Trixie Trotter?
The songbird of the Sierras? The nightingale of the north? The floozy of the foothills? Never heard of her. And I've definitely never snuck into Tannen's speakeasy to listen to her.
Warum glaube ich dir nicht?
Well, I'll go off and see if I can get some help.
You do that. I'll stay here and see if I can think of a way to get Eine off that ledge.
Yep. Gut. Ich schau mal, ob ich jetzt zu Doc reinkomme. Na, komm, komm.
Hey, Doc. How's the room?
It's a little cleaner than I would have imagined for a Depression-era flophouse. How are your investigations going?
Puh.
I haven't really made any progress with Trixie yet.
Well, get out there and make some. If she doesn't blow the whistle on Kid tonight, he may never be brought to justice.
Ja, das stimmt.
Why didn't you tell me I'd run into your younger self tonight?
Because I don't remember being out here tonight. Clearly, your interactions with my younger self 2 months ago have slightly altered my personal timeline. I never have the nerve to perform public experiments like he's doing. No matter. Those experiments will be forgotten once I've seen Frankenstein.
Frankenstein?
Yes. Right now, my younger self is fiddling around down there with rocket propulsion systems for his demonstration at the expo.
The thing that'll kick off your scientific career.
Exactly. Now, the rockets are a horrible idea, and I'll soon realize that they'll never work. But eventually, I'll wander into that movie theater and see Frankenstein and clear my mind. I've kept the ticket stub from that movie in my wallet ever since. See?
Why?
Because it's during this movie that I'll have the inspiration for my breakthrough at the expo.
It doesn't have anything to do with reanimating the dead, does it?
Not the way you're thinking, no. But during that famous scene when Colin Clive turned the wheel that raised that shrouded figure into the tower, and that bolt of lightning struck, well, let's just say more than one brain was reanimated that night.
Where'd you park the DeLorean?
I hid it in the DeSoto lot. Nobody's buying cars these days, so it should be safe in there.
Okay.
Hey, who did burn down Tannen's original speakeasy anyway?
I still don't know. I'd really like to find out before we go home.
Ja, das wäre gut.
I never did get a straight answer about why you came back to 1931 in the first place.
It's, personal. When this is over, I'll tell you all about it.
I'm gonna hold you to that, you know. Can you explain all this? I'm confused.
It's very simple. In the original timeline, Timeline A, the speakeasy arsonist was never caught, creating one of Hill Valley's enduring historical mysteries.
Okay.
When I traveled back to 1931, I created Timeline B, in which I was misidentified as the arsonist and subsequently killed by Kit Tannen's goons. Einstein came with me, and somehow he ended up in the DeLorean when its fail-safe mechanism triggered, sending it back to 1986.
Which is where I came in.
Precisely. You traveled back to June 14th, 1931, creating Timeline C, a world in which Carl Sagan wasn't rubbed out by Kit Tannen. But Arthur McFly was served with a subpoena.
And shot by Kit Tannen's goons.
Yes. So you jumped back in time 6 hours, creating Timeline D, saving your grandfather's life.
Okay.
But somehow preventing Kit Tannen from meeting his date with justice.
Which is why the Tannens were so powerful when we jumped back to 86.
Uh-huh. So now we've returned to August of 1931, creating Timeline E, in which, fingers crossed, will send Tannen to prison where he belongs. Got it?
Sure.
Good.
One question.
What?
Can you explain all this? I'm confused. Why are Tannens always such jerks anyway?
It's hard to say. Rogue Neanderthal genes in their DNA, perhaps.
Ja, das ist möglich.
Emmett's not having much luck getting Einstein off the courthouse.
I'm not surprised. Eine's a smart dog, but heights give him the willies.
What can we do?
I've got it.
What?
Just get my younger self distracted, and I'll handle the rest.
Okay.
Just keep your head low, Doc. I'll be back soon.
I'll keep an eye out for your grandfather.
Okay. So, damit hätten wir jetzt schon mal ein paar Grundsteine gelegt für Zeitachse E. Ich denke, das war jetzt ein bisschen verwirrend und gleichzeitig aufklärend genug für eine Folge. In der nächsten Folge versuchen wir dann Einstein zu retten und Tannen irgendwie ins Gefängnis zu kriegen und dabei nicht zu viel Sachen zu verkacken mit dem Großvater und so weiter und so weiter und so weiter. Alles klar, macht es gut. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao, ciao.